Meet Sarah. She's 27, teaches fifth grade in a small town in Ohio, and makes $46,000 a year. That's it. No trust fund, no side hustle empire, no rich uncle. Just a chalkboard, a stack of ungraded spelling tests, and a paycheck that barely covers her rent, her car payment, and the $380 she still owes on student loans every single month. If you looked at Sarah's bank account today, you would not be impressed. Overdraft fee last Tuesday, credit card balance creeping up, the classic story of living paycheck to paycheck that almost every American worker knows by heart. But here's the twist that nobody expects. When Sarah retires in her 60s, she is on track to retire a millionaire. Not because she won the lottery, not because of some crypto gamble, because of a handful of boring decisions she made in her 20s that most people her age never even hear about. And this isn't just Sarah's story. This is a story playing out, or failing to play out, in classrooms across the entire country, right now, in 2026. According to reporting from outlets like NPR and the National Education Association, the average starting teacher salary in the United States sits somewhere around $44,000 to $46,000 a year, and in some states, it barely touches $38,000. Meanwhile, rent, groceries, and childcare have climbed faster than wages in almost every major U.S. city. Teachers have been quitting the profession at rates school districts call alarming, many of them citing money, not the students, not the classroom, as the reason they walked away. So when we say millionaire teacher, most people laugh. It sounds like a myth, like something a motivational speaker made up to sell a course. But the uncomfortable truth is this: the math actually works. It has worked for decades. Financial researchers, including the author behind the well-known Average Guy Who Became a Millionaire pension studies, have documented real public school teachers across America who retired with seven-figure net worths, on modest salaries, in modest towns, without ever earning six figures a year. The gap isn't intelligence, it isn't luck, it's information. Most teachers, like most Americans, were never taught how compound growth actually works, how pensions interact with personal savings, or how 30 years of small, consistent decisions can quietly outrun a salary that never really grows. This video is not about get-rich-quick nonsense. It's not about day trading your lunch break away or gambling your 403b on the latest hot stock tip. This is about the real, unglamorous, statistically backed path that has taken ordinary teachers, people making less than $50,000 a year, and turned them into millionaires by the time they retire. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why so many teachers miss this path entirely, and exactly what the ones who succeed are doing differently. Stick around, because part of this is going to make you angry at how simple it actually is. So, why don't more teachers become millionaires if the math genuinely works? The answer isn't laziness, it's a system that was never designed to explain itself. Start with the paycheck itself. Most new teachers walk into their first job fair, sign a stack of HR paperwork, and get handed a pension enrollment form and a 403b or 457b retirement account option, acronyms nobody explained to them in college. A 2023 report from the Urban Institute found that a huge share of teachers will never stay in the profession long enough to collect a full pension because most state pension systems are backloaded. They reward the last 10 or 15 years of a career far more than the first 10. Leave early, and you can walk away with almost nothing from the pension side. Then there's the investment side, which is arguably worse. Reporting from outlets like the New York Times and ProPublica has repeatedly exposed how many teacher retirement plans, especially 403b plans sold through school districts, are loaded with high-fee annuity products pitched by insurance salespeople who walk the teacher's lounge like it's a used car lot. Some of these products carry annual fees of 2, 3, even 4%. That might sound small. It isn't. Over a 30-year career, a 2% annual fee can quietly eat away roughly a third, sometimes more, of what a teacher's account could have grown to in a low-cost index fund instead.
This is not a rumor. It's been documented in congressional testimony and multiple investigative reports on the 403B shadow industry that specifically targets public school employees, because districts often don't vet these vendors closely, and teachers, understandably, don't have finance degrees. So picture Sarah again. If she does nothing, if she just accepts the first retirement product a rep hands her in the teacher's lounge, contributes the bare minimum, and never learns the difference between a low-cost index fund and a high-fee annuity, she could work 30 years and retire with a fraction of what she should have. Not because she didn't work hard, because nobody ever sat her down and explained the rules of the game she was already playing. This is the real story behind almost every broke teacher you've ever heard about. It's rarely about the salary alone. It's about starting age, fee structures, and a handful of decisions, made or never made, in year one. The teachers who end up millionaires aren't the ones who found a secret income stream. They're the ones who figured out how to stop leaking money to fees and inflation and let time do what time does best. So what actually works? That's where we go next, and it's simpler than any financial advisor with a commission to earn will ever tell you.
Let's be clear about something before we go further. This is not personalized financial advice, and everyone's state pension system, tax situation, and personal circumstances are different. What follows is general educational information based on documented strategies used by real public employees. Always worth reviewing with a licensed financial advisor or your own plan documents before you act. With that said, here's the foundation almost every millionaire teacher shares. Step 1. Understand your pension before you touch anything else. Every state runs its teacher pension system differently. Some are generous, some are notoriously weak. The first move isn't opening an investment account. It's calling your state's pension office or logging into your account portal and asking a blunt question. At my current contribution rate, what will I actually receive monthly at retirement? And at what age does that number stop improving much? Teachers who know this number early can plan around it instead of guessing. Step 2. Escape the high fee trap. If your district's 403B is loaded with an annuity product charging 2% or more a year, look for whether your state or district offers a low-cost alternative. Many now do, thanks to years of pressure from teacher advocacy groups and financial watchdogs. Some states have set up low-fee 403B or 457B options through vendors known for index funds with fees closer to 0.03% to 0.20%. That difference, compounded over 30 years, is often the single biggest lever a teacher controls. Step 3. Start absurdly small, but start now. This is the part that sounds almost too simple to matter, and it's exactly why most people skip it. A teacher contributing even $150 a month starting at age 25 into a low-cost retirement account is, mathematically, in a stronger position by retirement than a teacher who waits until 35 and contributes $300 a month, because of how many extra years of growth that early money gets to sit through. This isn't a promise of guaranteed returns. Markets go up and down. But historically, long-term diversified investing has been one of the most reliable wealth-building tools available to ordinary workers, teachers included. Step 4. Automate it and forget it exists. Every documented case of an everyday teacher retiring with a 7-figure nest egg shares this one habit. They set up automatic payroll contributions and then stopped checking the account daily, stopped panicking during downturns, and let decades of consistency do the heavy lifting instead of trying to time the market. None of this requires a second job. None of it requires giving up your weekends to some hustle culture side gig you hate. It requires understanding 4 documents: your pension statement, your 403B fee disclosure, your contribution rate, and time. In the final part, we'll walk through exactly what this looks like in real numbers, what Sarah's actual account could look like at 65, and the one mistake that derails almost every teacher who starts strong.
Let's go back to Sarah, our 5th grade teacher in Ohio. She's 27, making $46,000. if she contributes just 10% of her salary into a low-cost retirement account starting now, around $380 a month, and that account grows at a long-term historical average return for a diversified stock index fund, commonly cited in the 7 to 8% range after inflation over multi-decade periods, she could realistically be sitting on somewhere between $900,000 and $1.1 million by the time she's 65. Add in even a modest state pension on top of that, and crossing the millionaire line isn't a fantasy. It's what the math has historically produced for people who actually did this. To be fair to you, the viewer, markets don't move in a straight line. There will be years where that account drops 20%, even 30%. Past performance never guarantees future results, and nobody, not me, not any advisor, can promise you what the market will do over the next 4 decades. This video is not telling you exactly what to invest in. It's showing you the documented pattern behind teachers who built real wealth on modest salaries, so you can go have an informed conversation with your own pension office and a licensed advisor. Now, the trap, the one thing that derails almost every teacher who starts strong. It's called lifestyle creep, and it's brutally common. A teacher gets a raise, a stipend for coaching, or a summer school paycheck, and instead of increasing their retirement contribution even slightly, that extra money quietly disappears into a nicer car, a bigger apartment, or treat-yourself spending that never gets tracked. Multiply that for 15 and 20 years, and you get a teacher who is making 6 figures worth of decisions with a $46,000 mindset the whole time, and somehow still has almost nothing saved. The teachers who actually reach millionaire status don't necessarily earn more than their peers. Documented cases repeatedly show the same pattern. They simply protected their contribution rate like it was a bill that had to be paid, the same as rent or a car payment, no matter what else changed in their life. So if you're a teacher watching this, or honestly, if you're anyone living on a modest, steady paycheck, the real takeaway isn't go get a side hustle or cut out coffee. It's this: know your pension number, escape high-fee retirement products if you can, automate a contribution you can actually sustain, and protect that number every time your income goes up. Sarah isn't a millionaire yet, she's 27, but she's already made the 4 decisions that, according to decades of documented cases, quietly separate the teachers who retire broke from the teachers who retire free. If this helped you see your own paycheck differently, that's the whole point of this channel. Real numbers, real systems, no hype. Subscribe if you want more of these breakdowns, and drop a comment telling me what job or salary you want me to run through the math for next.